you've ever been to the central coast of New South Wales, you've probably seen Blotty the dinosaur signalling that the Australian Reptile Park is nearby with interactive shows and free roaming animals. It's always great for the kids, and they also have a very important venom program. Here to tell us more about it today is Keeper Dan. Keeper Dan, good afternoon to you.
Thank you so much for having me on. Good to see you guys.
Good to see you again. Now, Dan, can you explain to us the process of creating venom from milking a snake? Is there an udder there? Like, do you get out there and little beep, 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 beep?
It creates this weird picture, doesn't it? No. Yeah. What we do is we simply extract raw venom from the snake itself. So we restrain the snake very safely, obviously not just for us, but for the snake as well. Then we get the snake to bite onto a vial. It'll start to produce venom, of course. It's that raw venom that's later sent to Securus in Victoria, and they will turn that raw product that we extract at the park into the anti-venom product that you would get in hospital if you were bitten by one of our highly venomous snakes.
Keeper Dan, it just sounds like such a bizarre concept, milking a snake. What, can you get cheese out of that? It's like venom cheese. I mean, tell me, how many snakes does your team actually milk at the park?
We have over 200, and they are all from the 5 main groups of our toxic snakes that live in Australia. So you've got death adders, coastal taipans, king browns, eastern browns, and the one I'm going to milk this morning, which is a tiger snake.
Oh, well, I tell you what, I want to know what type. Is there a specific species of snake that's a better snake to milk?
They are all individually very different. So something like a taipan's got really big fangs. They're really long snakes. They're always really hard to milk because they're so active. And obviously, if you get bitten by one, it's really going to be a bad time for you. But to be honest, death adders are really difficult too because they're like short, little, stumpy little snakes. And when you let them go, almost every single time you think they've bitten you. And today, tiger snakes, look, they're usually the ones that we'll use for this kind of demonstration. But in saying that, it's also usually the one that bites you. It's the one that you're more complacent with is generally the one that you get bitten by.
So, Keep It Down, do snakes produce an endless amount of venom even after being milked regularly?
Yeah, so basically venom is specialised saliva. So even though I'm going to milk this snake, if it bit me after the milking, it's still going to inject venom and I'm still going to go to hospital. And it will be no different as if it bit me before. So they constantly replenish the venom yield inside their venom glands, and they can produce multiple bites one after each other.
Have you ever been bitten by... Hang on a sec. Have you ever been bitten by a snake? And or how often are you bitten by a snake?
I'm just looking for some wood to touch because, to be honest, I haven't been bitten by a venomous snake. I'm 32 now, and I hope that continues. But yeah, and hopefully today and this filming isn't that day. But yeah, I've managed to get through my life without being bitten by a venomous snake. But in saying that, I've been bitten by a crocodile on the hand. I got grabbed by a big reticulated python when I used to work at another zoo. So I've had negative encounters with animals I've worked with, but never a venomous snake.
I'm pleased to say that I also have never been bitten by a venomous snake. What actually happens to the human body if somebody is bitten by one?
Well, in the case of a tiger snake today, so the venom's primarily neurotoxic, which means it affects your central nervous system and basically stops communication to your muscles. So paralysis of the muscle. So if you think of a very important muscle when you're trying to breathe, your diaphragm, no lungs, no oxygen, that's it. Game over.
Well, Keeper Dan, let's get right into it because I am thrilled and very excited to see how on earth you would milk a snake. What's the snake's name that we've got here?
This is Benji.
Benji.
And Benji's one of our little tiger snakes. So I'll bring him up so you can see. Get the camera in there.
Oh yeah, he has something in common with
look at
me.
that bad boy.
And then we place him.
The name.
Right, so let's go.
Of course.
So you do that.
So we grab the snake behind the back of the head like that.
Oh.
Nice and safely. And then Beck will pass me a vial, our wonderful camera girl. And then we get the snake to bite the vial.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
Oh my God.
And how much would you get out of that, Keeper Dan?
For this type of snake, usually 2 or 3 drops, but that would be enough to kill anywhere between 2 and 3 adults.
Can I send you a list of those adults, Keeper Dan, if I ever need to?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
There
Now,
you go.
is Benji happy there?
He'll be much happier when I put him back in his enclosure, that's for sure. But we keep this process as short and as relaxing for the snake as we possibly can. Obviously, the snake is just as important to the venom program as the keepers. So, yeah, all the guys that work with these snakes here genuinely love snakes. It's not just a job. It's our passion, and we care about the snakes very deeply. Most of us have been working with snakes since we were very, very young. So, yeah, we look after these snakes, and I like to think that they look after us back.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep safe there,
Ooh,
Keeper
look at
Dan,
that.
for goodness sake.
I will. I semi-know what I'm doing.
Yeah, of course you do.
You might not see 33.
No. Now, so for a
Thanks
bit
so
of
much.
first aid advice, we hear a lot of conflicting information about what you should do if you are bitten by a snake. What should we do? Keep it down.
All right, so the most important thing if you are bitten by a snake in Australia is stay calm. I know it sounds a bit ridiculous, but in Australia, your chance of being killed by a snake is so small. Like, you're more likely to fall off the back of your chair, hit your head and die than you are to be killed by one of our venomous snakes. But the first aid treatment's really, really simple. Say you've been bitten on the wrist, you're going to mobilise that limb. That's really important. You're going to get a pressure bandage, wrap the bandage around the bite site 2 to 3 times, go down to the end of the limb, make your way back up again. When you put the bandage on, same amount of pressure that you use on a sprained wrist or ankle. Get to hospital, get antivenom, you're going to live. That simple.
Bloody brilliant. And all thanks to Benji there. Keeper Dan, that was fascinating to watch. Thank you so much. Before we let you go, though, the Reptile Park actually broke a record a few weeks ago while milking a taipan. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so our taipans, they usually pump the vial full of venom. And one of our snakes, he's notorious for it, and he broke his own record by quite a bit, actually, and got about 3.2 grams of venom in his last milking. So really good stuff. If we maximise the amount of venom we get from each individual snake, then we can milk less snakes, which for us is good. Robbo may be a bit different, but for us, that's good.
I don't know. Well, bloody hell, I don't know what you mean by that there, Keeper Dan, but always
I do.
wonderful to chat to you, sir. If we want to find out where you are, where can we go to?
Head to our Facebook page or online, reptilepark.com.au. Come and see us. We've got so many amazing animals, and you can come learn a little bit more about our anti-venom program.
It is absolutely amazing,
wow.
Keeper Dan. So great to see you, and thanks again for being on the Ben, Rob and Robbo show.
Thanks for having me, guys. Anytime. Talk to you soon.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo.